Philadelphia news, team of my heart.
You know that feeling when you watch the Sixers news and suddenly hear about a trade rumor that could change everything? Yeah, that one that makes your heart skip a beat because you're asking yourself, would this move actually bring Philly closer to a championship, or could it blow up in our faces again? Let me tell you, there's one name being whispered around the league right now, and if you love this team, you're gonna want to stick with me until the end, because this could reshape the backcourt picture in Philadelphia in a way you're not expecting. And here's the challenge for you. As I roll through the details, I want you to leave in the comments the exact moment you realize which player I'm talking about. Let's see who really catches on first. Think about it. You've seen the Sixers stumble too many times with half measures, patchwork fixes, and gambles that never quite deliver. You know the pain. Another season where you're promised depth, promised scoring, promised the missing piece, only to watch things fall apart when it matters most. Doesn't it feel like every time you start to believe, something keeps this team one step short? That's the wound every Sixers fan carries, and I know you feel it too. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just about another mid-level bench piece or one-year rental who fades away. No, this is about a player who's been proving himself as a scorer, someone who's already averaging close to 20 points per game, someone who can actually step into a lineup and tilt the floor on offense. You'd been asking for someone who can take pressure off Tyrese Maxey, someone who doesn't fold when defenses load up on Joel Embiid. What if I told you that answer might already be sitting on the trade table? Here's the twist for you. It's not simple, because for the Sixers to even think about making this move, you'd be staring right at a choice that hits hard. Do you double down on a young guard you already have in Quentin Grimes, or do you risk it all for the chance to bring in an explosive scorer with a big contract and a reputation for carrying bad teams? That's not just a front office decision. That's a reflection of where this franchise thinks it stands right now. You see, Boston has this piece in their hands. They just grabbed him in a deal that sent shockwaves when it happened, and already they're talking about flipping him again. Why? Money. They've got their own tax problems to solve, and this player's $27 million expiring contract is suddenly the hottest bargaining chip in the East. You know what that means? A chance for Philly to swoop in. But here's the catch. Nothing comes free in this league. You don't just pluck a near 20-point scorer off another contender's roster without putting something valuable on the line. And that's where it stings, because if the Sixers want to make this happen, it could mean saying goodbye to a player some of you already see as a future building block. Think about it. Are you ready to give that up for someone who's proven but not yet a star? And here's the bigger question for you. How many times have you seen this team hesitate, wait too long, miss the moment, and then regret it? You know that pain, the what if that sticks in your gut after another playoff flameout. Maybe this is the move that prevents that from happening again. Or maybe, just maybe, it's another trap that sets the franchise back even further. Either way, the Sixers news is buzzing, and this possible trade target has everyone wondering, is this the piece that finally balances the backcourt, or the kind of gamble that will tear open old wounds? You're going to want to keep watching, because the answer to that question might just decide whether Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey actually have the support they need to bring you the ending you've been waiting your whole life for. So here's where it gets tricky, and this is where I want you to lean in, because when you think about the Sixers backcourt right now, you're looking at Tyrese Maxey locked in as your all-star guard, McCain learning the ropes as a promising rookie, and VJ Edgecombe already flashing the talent of a future star. That's a lot of energy, a lot of speed, and plenty of youth. But what you don't quite have is stability at that shooting guard spot. And that, my friend, is the crack in the roster that the front office can't ignore. Now think about Quentin Grimes. He's young, he's aggressive, and when he gets hot, he's electric. But let's be honest with each other. You've only seen flashes, small sample size. He's never had the weight of a playoff run on his back. Do you trust him to grow into that role, or do you risk it all for a guy who's already proven he can average nearly 20 a night, even when defenses are locked in on him? This is where the rumor comes alive, because the Boston Celtics, of all teams, are holding the rights to this guy right now. Yeah, the same Boston Celtics who would love nothing more than to see the Sixers stumble. And yet, because of their financial crunch, they might actually be forced to put him on the block. Can you imagine? Philly calling for help from Boston? It sounds crazy, but that's the exact kind of chess move the NBA is built on. And here's the core of the debate. Is this a short-term fix that pushes Philly closer to a title, or is this another patch that leaves you watching the parade in someone else's city? Because you know how it feels. Year after year, you've heard the promises. Year after year, you've been told the missing piece is coming, and year after year, the pain builds when the season ends without confetti falling at the Wells Fargo Center. So let's put it out there. The player I've been holding back this whole time, the one at the center of these Sixers trade whispers, is Anthony Simons, a 26-year-old guard with a $27 million expiring contract, a bucket getter, a proven scorer, and a name that can instantly change how defenses play against Philly's core. Now, here's the question that hits you right in the gut. Would you trade Quentin Grimes, who might still have untapped potential, for Simons, who you know can put points on the board right now? Would you pull that trigger if it meant beating Boston and giving Joel Embiid and Paul George another reliable weapon? Or do you hold steady, bet on development, and risk wasting another year of Embiid's prime? I want you to stop and really think about that, because this is more than a trade. This is about how aggressive you want your team to be. Should the Sixers go all in now, or stay patient? Tell me in the comments if you'd make that move. Do you say yes, or do you say no? And if you've made it this far, I want you to drop the word all in the comments, so I know you're one of the fans riding this with me all the way through. And listen, you can't miss what's coming next, so subscribe and click that notification bell, because if the Sixers even sniff at this deal, you'll want to be the first to know. This is the kind of Sixers news that defines seasons, and trust me, you don't want to find out about it late.